6 reasons why mindfulness is a superpower. Most of us did not grow up prioritizing mindfulness at home, at school, or in our social lives. We may have been taught to practice mindfulness-related virtues such as compassion or patience, but we weren't walking around daily applying open, curious, and non-judgmental attention to our moment-by-moment experience. But now, as we're older, we've likely heard about mindfulness or we've learned more about mindfulness, and we can look back and think, wow, imagine if I had been mindful in each moment of what now feels like my past life. As adults, these are the types of questions we're asking. Where has mindfulness been? What is it? And how can mindfulness change my life? And as we learn more about the ancient wisdom of mindfulness and what a mindful approach to life looks like, we start to notice that mindfulness is indeed a superpower. We can't go back and change the past, but by practicing mindfulness right now, in the present, we can transform our lives for the better. Mindfulness gives us the power to live differently, intentionally, and with purpose. So let's take a look at the power of mindfulness. Mindfulness is more than just a feel-good thing that happens in our minds. The practice of mindfulness physically changes our bodies. Mindfulness rewires the neural networks in our brains. It improves memory and prevents cognitive decline. Mindfulness can improve blood circulation and lower our heart rate. It even reduces lipids in the bloodstream that cause our arteries to harden. When we're mindful, we secrete less stress hormone and we sleep better. Mindfulness improves the functioning of our immune system. And we've yet to list the mental benefits, which include feeling less stress, greater peace and ease, greater clarity, and greater connection to our intuition. When we practice mindfulness, we're happier. And isn't that everyone's goal, to be happy? The type of happiness that arises with mindfulness reveals the great misunderstanding that we've been living with. Mindfulness reveals this lie we've been told all our lives, that to be empowered and to change things for the better, we must do more. We must attain something we don't already have. We've all said at one point or another, I'll be happy when I just get the raise or that better job or the new car or the right girlfriend. But this isn't how happiness works. The superpower of mindfulness is that it shows us the truth. And the truth is, our power arises from within. Everything we need is already there, within us. It's when we are able to pause, to listen and pay attention, that we unlock those dormant powers that have been waiting to be revealed for so long. So let's break it down further. Here are 6 reasons why mindfulness is our superpower. Reason number 1. Mindfulness rewires the brain. The power of mindfulness is evident in our growing understanding of neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to form new neuronal connections. Contrary to long-held beliefs, we now know that the brain can do this at any point in our lives. We're never too old for mindfulness. When we practice mindfulness and its associated virtues, such as gratitude or compassion, we teach our minds new ways of responding to people and to the world around us. With practice, these new, more mindful habits become ingrained. Thanks to neuroplasticity, we become what it is that we repeatedly do. Practice compassion and gratitude, and you'll become a more compassionate and grateful person. This is the power of mindfulness. Reason number 2, mindfulness teaches us to respond rather than react. When we aren't being mindful, we tend to react unconsciously or habitually to outside stimulus. We've all done this. We yell back at the person yelling at us. We complain without thinking about how hurtful our comments might be. We hit share before reading the article. We post the comment before taking 3 deep breaths. We do all sorts of things we later regret because we didn't think before acting. We've all been there. Through mindfulness practice, we become more aware. We become aware of our emotions, our habitual responses, our beliefs, and our thought patterns. This awareness empowers us to choose how we want to respond to life's happenings. It empowers us to slow down. It empowers us to think before we act, or to decide we don't need to act at all. Reason number 3. Mindfulness connects us to our inner peace. When practiced continually and with commitment, mindfulness opens our eyes to the inner peace that exists deep within us. It may not feel like it right now, but there is peace deep within you. It's only because peace already exists within us that we can recognize when it arises. It's there. Imagine your mind is like the ocean. There are all sorts of thoughts and emotions that roll through, and these are like the waves on the surface of the ocean. They cause all sorts of turbulence. But no matter the disruption that's going on at the surface, if you dive down deep enough, you'll find stillness and calm. This is where peace lives. And this is where mindfulness takes us. Mindfulness connects us to this inner peace. Reason number 4. Mindfulness can quiet the racing mind. The goal of mindfulness is not to manipulate, control, or forcefully change our experience. But through steady practice of mindfulness, we develop compassion and courage, and we begin to see our experiences in new ways, from a new perspective. Our mind might still be busy, but we become less affected by it. We see things differently. We learn to see the activity of the mind as if from a distance. We cease identifying with it, and we understand that the busyness is not who we are. Who and what we really are is more akin to that peaceful, quiet place at the bottom of the ocean. We can look up and see the movement of the waves without being disturbed by them. In this way, even a racing mind feels quiet when mindfulness is applied. Reason number 5. Mindfulness is a superpower because it helps us heal. Through mindfulness practice, by turning inward and listening to what's going on inside ourselves, the parts of us that are in need of love, tenderness, and care are revealed. Sometimes this can be a frightening process. Often we've kept these parts hidden or protected for so long that bringing them to the surface feels scary. But if we take care and we're guided by kind and trustworthy teachers, even past trauma can be healed. By allowing it to surface, it gets the chance to dissipate. We send our pain along through compassion-based practices that help us deepen self-love and self-awareness. Mindfulness empowers us to heal using our own inner resources as our guide. But of course, it doesn't require us to do this all on our own. When needed, we turn to the skilled assistance of a trauma-informed guide. And finally, reason number 6. Mindfulness can never be taken from us. This might be the most important reason why mindfulness is a superpower. We can always access mindfulness. It's something we can hold on to in both the good times and the bad. Mindfulness isn't conditional upon external circumstances, and no one can take it away from us. Mindfulness is ready to work its magic regardless of what we are facing. All it requires is our openness, our attention, and our willingness to tune into the one present moment as it unfolds.